And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. So I hope you guys are all okay. We've got a lot to go through again in today's video. Of course, we are still in the midst of the transfer window. A lot of things are happening around Celtic, a lot of exciting things as well, which I'm pretty happy to talk about in today's video. We've got a confirmed sign to go over. We've got some record-breaking transfer bids Celtic have submitted as well as some other bits and pieces from around the club. So let's start with a confirmed sign. I'm sure you guys have all seen it by now. It came out this morning. It was announced by the club this morning. That, of course, is Alex Val from Barcelona. So Celtic put up on their website, Celtic are delighted to announce the signing of a 20-year-old Barcelona left-back Alex Val on a season-long loan from the La Liga Giants. He joined Barcelona a decade ago when he was part of Barca's famed La Masia youth academy, and he started playing for Barcelona B in 2022. After a 6-month loan spell at Andorra, he played last season on loan at Levante. This season, he has been part of the Barcelona first-team squad, and he was on the bench for their opening 2 La Liga fixtures. The defender has also represented Spain at his under-18, under-19, and under-20 levels, and made his under-20 debut while still playing for the under-19s. So Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers said, "We're delighted to have landed Alex on this season-long loan as we continue to strengthen the squad for the season ahead. His footballing style will complement our attacking play as well as giving us more options in our back line. Alex has been brought up in a real high-quality football environment, learning all the good habits and skills associated with any top team. He is a player with some tremendous attributes. He has performed really well for Levante last season, been around Barcelona's first team this year already, and he is a welcome and a quality addition to our squad." So very good, positive words there from Brendan Rodgers, and overall, I'm very happy with this signing. I guess when you see a player come from Barcelona, you do get a little bit excited, regardless of who they may be, just because, you know, Barcelona is such a prestigious club, and you kind of associate them with the beautiful style of play, really talented young players as well that you've seen come through Barcelona Academy over the years. So regardless of who the player is, you kind of do get excited when you do sign someone from Barcelona. But yeah, very happy with this signing overall, mostly because he's a left back, to be honest. I mean, you know, I don't always agree with all the Greg Taylor disrespect. I mean, I've said my fair share on him over the last season or so. What I think about him, I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's up to the quality that we want at Celtic for European football to try and get to the next level. I do think he needs a bit of competition in that position, and I'm glad that we've now got Alex Val to compete with Greg Taylor in that position and try and, you know, get in over the team over him, just have that friendly bit of competition for that position in the team. And I think it's always healthy for a team that's trying to compete at all fronts in European football and domestic. So yeah, very happy with the signing overall. Let me know your thoughts on that new addition, Alex Val, who comes on loan from Barcelona. Of course, there's no buy option in this deal. It's a straight loan deal. So if we do want to sign him permanently, we may be in a similar situation to what we were with Adam Ida this summer. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how he gets on this year at Celtic, and, you know, hopefully he has a very good campaign, and maybe he can be a long-term solution for our left-back problems. But let's go over a ongoing transfer saga. Of course, we've been linked to bloody so many players in recent days. Of course, the Polish boy from LAFC's one as well. He's been linked to Celtic pretty massively. As things stand, that one looks pretty much off. It doesn't look like that one's going to go progress ahead right now. It seems like it's stalled a little bit. The talks haven't really progressed at all. But away from him is Arne Engels, of course, is a player we've been linked to from FC Augsburg. And we've got a massive update on this situation because Celtic have intensified their efforts to sign Augsburg midfielder Arne Engels, with the latest developments indicating that Scottish champions have upped their bid to £10 million. According to Sky Sports News, Anthony Joseph, Celtic are pushing hard to secure the Belgian starlet before the transfer window closes, although the Bundesliga side are reportedly still keeping Celtic at a distance. So the ongoing negotiations suggest that Celtic are determined to get their man, and if the deal goes through, it would represent a record transfer outlay for the club. The current record stands at £9 million, which Celtic paid Paris Saint-Germain for Odsonne Edouard back in 2018, although Adam Ida's deal could surpass that if add-ons are paid. Adding Engels to the squad would mark another significant investment for Celtic following the recent signing of aforementioned Adam Ida from Norwich City. The fee for Ida was initially £8.5 million with potential add-ons that could bring the total to £9.5 million. However, the pursuit of Engels signals Celtic's willingness to break the bank once again as they look to strengthen their midfield ahead of the crucial season. So with the transfer window deadline looming, Celtic are moving quickly to finalise a deal, knowing that the clock is ticking. If successful, Engels' arrival would not only bolster Brendan Rodgers' squad, but also set a new benchmark for the club in terms of transfer spending. The next few days will be pivotal. So, yeah, this is a massive, massive transfer development here. £10 million is a lot of money. Look, Arne Engels looks like the real deal. He's 20 years old. He's got about 50 games plus in the Bundesliga, the top flight of Germany. A massive achievement at such a young age. Of course, he's highly sought after as well. A lot of teams are sniffing around him. And, FC Augsburg aren't the best side, let's be completely honest. They're in the Bundesliga, which is, a very high level, but they're not the best side in that division. And, he's played quite a lot for them. And he's probably their most important asset, or one of the most important assets in that side. So they don't, well, respectively, they don't really want to lose him. But, Celtic are pushed for £10 million to be paid towards him, which is a massive, massive transfer statement from Celtic. Of course, recently lost Matt O'Reilly to Brighton and Hove Albion. We'll discuss him in just a second because, of course, he got injured in his debut. But, this is a massive statement from Celtic if we were to pursue this transfer and try and spend, £10 million on a Matt O'Reilly replacement. Of course, still not going to fulfill Matt O'Reilly's shoes, or boots, sorry. But it's still a massive statement by the club to actually try and invest and try and get someone of quality that can be as good as Matt O'Reilly or potentially even better than Matt O'Reilly in the future. Of course, he's got 3 years on Matt O'Reilly. He's only 20 years old, so still very, very young. But the FC Augsburg manager, Jesse Forup, has spoken about Celtic's interest in Arne Engels, and he said, "I think he'll be in our squad for the next game on Sunday. I heard about the rumours. I don't know what will happen in the last couple of days." So the manager himself, or their manager himself, is pretty uncertain on his future. So it does seem like he's very much, potentially going to come to Celtic sooner rather than later, which is quite exciting, really. And, there's a massive transfer statement from Celtic to spend £10 million on a player. But yeah, I want to know your thoughts on this. I'm sure this will split opinions. Some of you guys will be maybe frustrated with spending this amount of money on a young player. Some of you guys will be happy the board are spending money to replace Matt O'Reilly, a competent replacement. But it's a high-risk transfer. Of course, he's 20 years old. If he flops, that's a lot of money wasted on a player. But I feel like you have to make those risks sometimes. You have to take those risks to try and get to the next level in European football. That's the main aim, really, to get out of the league stage this season in the Champions League. So, we had to invest heavily. I mean, we got money to spend, so why not, risk a little bit of money and try and get a good replacement in for Matt O'Reilly, for example. But yeah, back to Matt O'Reilly quickly. Of course, got injured in his debut with Brighton. A very disgusting tackle into his ankle. He left the stadium on crutches. Speedy recovery to him, wishing the best, of course. A superb professional throughout his time at Celtic, throughout the whole transfer ordeal. Nothing but a true professional, and I don't want to see him get injured, of course, regardless of him leaving Celtic. He's still one of my favourite players ever played for the club. I actually love Matt O'Reilly. I think he's a superb player, proper old school player as well, proper professional. So yeah, very sad that he's got injured on his debut 8 minutes in. So yeah, I wish him a speedy recovery in that sense. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video. Make sure you do drop a like on this video as well, guys, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.